TranscendAmbiental Medication. This is the path I have chosen to walk since Valentine's Day 2011. Prior to Valentine's Day 2011, I was walking in a trance. Over 5 decades, walking in a trance. My trance lasted over 5 decades, but it seemed like an eternity. 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, I was seduced by technology. My wife and I are not sentimental. Valentine's Day, to us, means nothing. It's merely a tool of the candy companies and the flower companies and the jewelry companies to exploit consumers who buy flowers that die, candy that makes them fat, and jewelry they can't afford. We do not celebrate Valentine's Day. My wife and I have no endearing terms for one another. We don't call each other honey, sweetheart, darling, poopsie, or any other type of cute name. We never have, we never will. It's not that we're against it. We just have never done it. We have different, truer, simpler ways for us of expressing our commitment and our love. But 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, I saw a television commercial and I was hooked. It turns out that for Valentine's Day, you can personalize your own M&Ms. This was a revelation. I could finally express my love for my wife on Valentine's Day with a personal message on an M&M. I went to the My M&M's website and began the process, and it was a revelation. I could pick any color out of millions of colors for my M&Ms. I picked 3 colors, and then I clicked Step 2. Step 2, I got 3-dimensional virtual M&Ms in the colors that I had chosen. And there it said, type your message. Each message can be 2 lines of 9 characters each. I typed my 2 messages and moved to Step 3. Step 3 was upload the images you would like. You can put photographs on an M&M. I can put anything I want on an M&M. My wife and I have 2 symbols that mean something to us. Hers is an owl, mine is a crow. I created 2 graphics, just simple silhouettes of an owl and a crow. And I uploaded the JPEGs, and when I clicked to see the virtual images on my M&Ms, I saw 2 black squares. I thought, well, I might not have processed the images correctly. I canceled Step 3 and went back to Photoshop, recreated the images, made sure I was following all of the specifications of the My M&M's company, and uploaded my JPEGs, and I got 2 black squares. No matter what I did, I always got 2 black squares. It was time to call technical support. I called the My M&M's technical support, and after holding for about 15 minutes, a woman answered. Her name was Jocelyn, and she was extremely nice. I described to her the nature of the problem, and she had the ability of looking at what was on my screen on her screen. And she saw 2 black squares. She said, let's go through the entire process, if you will. Let's start over again. And we'll act as if you're going to order them, even though all you have is 2 black squares. So we went through the entire process up to the point of Step 5, where you would actually place your order. And since the 2 black squares were still there, she suggested one other thing. She said, let's go through it and act like we're going to place the order one more step. And when I did, Step 6, the entire website disappeared. I am become deaf. The entire website disappeared. On her computer, the entire website disappeared. I was absolutely livid, but she assured me it would be okay. All I had to do was email her my messages. And my JPEGs, and she would do it on her end and call me back. I sent her the messages, I sent her the JPEGs, and in 3 minutes she phoned me back and said the images were on the M&Ms, they were okay. But sir, yeah, we are a family company, and we cannot put your messages on the M&Ms. I had already suffered the technical humiliation of the M&M site. Now they were abridging my First Amendment rights. My freedom of speech. There was nothing dirty, sexual, or in any way obscene or suggestive about the messages that I wanted to give to my wife. But she insisted they were a family company and they would not put those messages on an M&M. The first message I wanted to give to my wife was our song. Romantic couples have songs. They're playing our song. That's our song. We have a song. It's by Captain Beefheart. It's called I Love You, You Big Dummy. And this is how it sounds. This to us is romance. I wanted I space L-U-V space U space U on the first line and Big Dummy on the second line. I said it's the only song that means anything to us. It's what we say to one another before we go to bed at night. Won't you please put that on the M&M? She said she would not do it. And we will not put your second message on the M&M either. Whenever my wife and I are on the verge of a disagreement that might explode into any kind of an argument or anything with raised voices, we have 2 words we say to one another and we end up laughing. It's worked for years. But the master of saying these 2 words is Jack Nicholson in Mars Attacks. This is what it sounds like. This, to us, actually releases all of our tension. We have to never have an argument. But the M&M's company would not put shut up on an M&M. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. And since that time, I had to figure out a way out of this. I couldn't take technology anymore. I was ready to throw my computers out the window. I was ready to never look at a computer again. But I know I could never eradicate technology from the world. I needed a vision. I needed a new paradigm. And I began to emanate from within a different type of ambience. Instead of the Vishnu, I am become death to your hard drive. It was a peaceful ambience, an accepting ambience, an ambience that was open to a technology that had yet to exist. This ambience lasted from Valentine's Day to just a week ago. Almost 5 months. 5 months. It seemed like an eternity, but your eternity will last only 11 minutes.